Yes, I'm going to talk about evil, and I would like to start with talking about Amon Good. He was given power from above, from Hitler and the party, and he was in that sense only paraying orders. He was the commander of the concentration camp in Poland in Plaszow, and there he was given the power and a situation where he could do what he wanted without any consequences. And Simbaro mentions an example of this, which is the torture scandal in Abu Ghraib, where the prison guards are given orders to break down the prisoners without any consequences or limitations. And you can say the same about Amon Good. He is given a situation where there are no consequences, and you can refer that to the example of the bad barrel, where Simbado argues that people are like actors on a stage, and it's the external factors that determine the outcome of the play. And therefore it's not a few bad apples in the bunch, but a bad barrel, because the whole situation and the system is putting you up to do something bad. Yes, and in the case of Amon Good, when he first became commander of the Polish concentration camp, the prison guards or the concentration camp guards, they actually stood up against him when he wants to execute an engineer. They said that they needed her, but end up paraying orders anyway. And Simbado mentions that the protection of uniforms gives soldiers and guards, in this case, a sense of anonymity which they feel protected by, so they end up just going along. Yes, I would also like to talk about Oskar Schindler, who is an ordinary hero. And I would argue that in the beginning, Oskar Schindler is more passive than anything else. Everything he does is with a financial agenda, and if it can turn out a profit, he doesn't care if the service comes from Jewish people or not. He looks at profit before anything else, as mentioned, and he is even a member of the Nazi party to gain alliances and allies. And that is his relationship with Amon Good. Also, he is an ally of sorts. But after Oskar Schindler witnesses some of the atrocities of the war and the camps, he changes his role. He becomes an ordinary hero, and he buys the Jews from the factory that worked at his factory back from the concentration camps, and thereby rescues them from death and life in Auschwitz.